Dude, I gotta be real. There's so much I haven't said. Like I got heaps and piles of things I haven't said. I don't like drama. But there's so many of these people.
You gotta like speak up,
This is the drama cast.
Yeah, I don't like drama, but it's at the point where I watched this thing. What is it called? Keno Casino. Did you watch?
Oh my gosh, Andy.
Wait. A casino where everyone's on keto? I'm listening.
All I heard about was cum-stained sofas. That's all my takeaway from
this Andy Worski guy, Jaden McNeil, and then this other dude, and they were talking about how all these young men are being brought into this movement where they're told to hate women and kind of being blackmailed and doxxed if they leave, and it's ruining their lives. And it actually looked like I was really happy that people were exposing that, because there are so many young men getting invited into the dissident right, having their freaking lives destroyed, never being able to get a successful relationship with a woman, never getting married, never doing the things that so many right-wingers say is like the thing to do, because they're being told to hate women and like hate being normal and just constantly shitpost online. And I really appreciated like the guys that were calling that out and saying this is actually really unhealthy. And there's a lot of like young, teenage men, early 20s men being taken advantage of for their money and their like hearts, and they truly believe they're saving the world. And I really appreciated people calling that out and potentially saving like lives and futures with that. And maybe I should have talked about a lot of the stuff that I went through earlier, and I kind of regret that. But there's a lot of cult-like dynamics in the dissident right, like a lot of cult-like dynamics. Yeah, like I got lied about so much. Literally, not even because I said I was going to go after anyone. I was like, you know what? You guys keep doing your weird like Epstein shit, and I'm going to leave, and I don't want anything to do with you people. I'm not even going to say anything. And they felt the need to destroy me because I knew too much.
Lauren, I am so glad you're saying this, because every time I talk about how there was a right-wing casting couch and how so many girls were assaulted and how so many girls were groomed and abused and how people like me who lost their entire family were taken advantage of because we'll be your new... And Lauren, here's the thing. Lauren can vouch for me because she witnessed what I went through. So many people come after me and call me crazy and, maybe people can say whatever they want. They can say I'm crazy, whatever. But you can't deny that there's something really sketchy going on, and everything about Andrew Tate being revealed. So much more is going to come out. So I am really happy.
Dude, people are fucking human trafficking in the right wing. People are complicit in this shit.
Thank you.
There is so much going on behind the scenes that is sick and broken. And if they are terrified of people like me who know about it, they're terrified of me speaking up. And the only reason
Lauren,
I haven't spoken up is because they have threatened my fucking family. So I have not spoken up, and I probably should.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Anyways,
here's the thing. I keep getting calls from like journalists and whatnot who want me to come forward with my assault story. Who I've been really private about certain names and whatnot. And the thing is, I have thought about going public with my story because I have gone to the police. I have made reports on what happened to me. But the thing is, I think I'm also in a position where I'm afraid that the public is just not going to react well to it, because people are going to. How to explain this, Lauren? Where if you are in a position where you have no family, you won't really have friends back home to rely on anymore. Your entire community is now this right-wing internet cesspool, and they have assaulted you. They've basically made you change what you wear, how to eat. Basically, your entire identity has been completely washed over by these people who want you to be like sort of a cartoon character. And, it's gone to the point where one of them has assaulted you, and you're in a position where you have nowhere else to go. You have nothing to do. So now I'm finally in a place of like freedom. I would like to come forward. I have been, contacted by a lot of people recently to come forward, but it's just one of those things where, one, I'm finally out of the situation, so I'm kind of free. But two, I feel obligated to talk about it. But at the same time, I don't think people would react well to it. It's a really scary position that I'm in.
Yeah, it's a tough spot you're in. My advice to people has always been go to the police. Like, it's hard to go to.
Well, that's what I did. I did go to the police. There are reports on it. But the problem is that a lot of people think, here's the thing. I have this idea that, if I go to the police, then, everything's going to be solved, because these people who claim they're hated by the government and that they're in danger from the government, it's absolute BS, because some of these people that you look up to, your favorite pundits, have a lot of money and a lot of power, a lot more power than they will admit, and the police will just brush the case under the rug. Like, do nothing. So it's just one of those things where a lot of people you think are being attacked by the government are losing power. It's not true. They have tons of power because they have tons of money to cover things up.
Well, you guys know what they say. If you're not part of the final solution, you're part of the problem. I think that's how the saying goes.
My dad would think that was funny because he's German.
Okay, yeah, let's move on.
Who's Andrew Tate? Wow, I'm so behind. I thought the comedy community was a bunch of degenerates.
Yeah, you know what? The thing is, there's drama like this in everyone's community for sure. I just think like the 2016 era, like conservatives got so deep in the drama. It's like too much to unpack. That's part of the reason I've never unpacked it, because I'm just like, holy shit, I don't even know where to begin with this. But yeah, what was your next topic, Chrissy? That was funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a video on this. I'll do a video on this, so I swear I'm not just like, oh, okay, let's just like cover that up and leave that. I'll talk about it. I just I'm gonna need some time to think when I'm not.
You were right, by the way, with the language thing, because that's actually one of the defining characteristics of a cult is like they have their own language. Similarly, how Twitch is a cult, I can definitely see the dissident right in some areas, you know, being a cult, because like they have their own terminology they use as well, their own language, the way they talk, especially the ones that are super online. They can't turn it off. All they can do is talk in memes. Okay, so who's like, in terms of the right sphere, who's like your favorite person? Like someone who's actually not one of the bad guys?
Yeah.
Someone who's not a bad guy.
Could you pick a couple? Uh-oh.
It's gonna take a minute.
Oh no, really?
Like, give us the most normal one.
Really? Even my favorite wholesome looking
it's always the wholesome guys who are the biggest
you know who's really normal and wholesome is actual Justice Warrior.
Who
AJW?
is that?
No? Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Chrissy, it's always the dads. It's always the dads who end up being like the freaking creepers and the people.
Who are you talking about? Like,
you'll find out soon.
Wait, no, Brittany Venti is my favorite. Brittany Venti is my favorite normal person from the original Dissident Right. And this is what's unfortunately, this is what's unfortunate is there's like a lot of ideas they had that were good, that were decent, that needed to be talked about. But because it was a Dissident Right was something that was unpopular, a lot of people just joined it by default because they were already rejected by society for good reason in some cases, because they were actually just assholes and idiots. And so they got rejected by society and they're like, well, guess I'll join the Dissident Right and become a spokesperson for it because I have nothing left to lose. Whereas what you want are people that are actually good people that have standing in society, that have things they've worked towards and built up, that are like, you know what? I think these ideas are good enough that I'm going to sacrifice these things that I had in normal society to join this dissident community, not just a bunch of rejects that were rejects in the first place and have nothing to lose, nothing to bring to the table, nothing, you know, no skin in the game. That was the problem the Dissident Right had, is they just took a bunch of people at the value that they were willing to say edgy things. So when I see 1,000 people in my comments saying, oh, Lauren, you're just like a whore, reject, this, that, and the other, I don't care, because you have no skin in the game. You have nothing in society. You were literally a part of the right or the Dissident Right just because you are a reject. I care about the people that have families, that have good relationships. I got a lot of people that follow and support my work that are like really normal, decent people that just think there are good ideas on the right. Those are the people I'm interested in, not the people that are just a part of it because they were rejects anyways.
Lauren? And by dissident right, do you mean very right? Like, what's the difference between that and regular right?
Yeah, I guess the alt-right doesn't really exist anymore, so I think a lot of people call it the dissident right.
Lauren, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Lori's back.
Yeah. I'm not even fucking around.
Came back.
What are you drinking? Like a White Claw? You've gone through the fucking bottle of red, and now you're drinking a White Claw.
Listen, I only had a bit left in the red. I'm drinking a vodka soda. We're trying not to gain weight here, okay? We're keeping slim by drinking vodka sodas with no sugar in them.
I'm drinking these High Noons, which are okay. They're not better than Truly's as of yet.
Everyone who's like going after
that shit
Lauren
sucks. Drink alcohol.
Everyone is going after Lauren in the comments saying like, "Oh, you wouldn't know, Lauren. You wouldn't know." What do you mean we wouldn't know? We were there at the protest. We were the one hobnobbing and bumping elbows with these people.
I was the one getting arrested. I'm banned from countries. What did you do?
Here's the thing. Lauren and I are the one who met these jerks that you guys continue to praise. We're the one who met these grifters and these people who are stealing your money. Like, we met these people. They're not good people. So I understand you may love them because of what you see on the internet and you donate a lot of money to them. Lauren and I are here to tell you, we know these people personally. Stop doing it. Like, we actually met these people and they're not good people. So instead of telling us... What? I'm sorry?
You actually met these people.
Yeah, we actually know who these people are.
Someone's asking me, are you writing off all men in the dissident right? No, not all of them. Just unfortunately a lot of leaders. And there's women too that are problems, obviously. You failed to leave out. They were marginalized, fired, and lost friends. Unfortunately, a lot of them, that was their own doing, quite frankly. Anyways,
we've been in a room with Andrew Tate. He's not a good person.
I'm gonna do a video on all this stuff. Don't worry about it. And here's the wonderful thing. Here's the beautiful thing about being canceled by everyone. Like, I'm canceled by the right. I'm canceled by the left. They've called me every name in the book. I'm a.
What about the middle?
What is the middle? All of them. All of them. Oh. They all hate me, and it's wonderful because, as Janis Joplin says, freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose, my friends.
Yep.
Nothing left to lose. So I got lots of interesting stuff.
Then she died.
And then then I got shot. Oops.
I thought she OD'd.
Losing it. Oh wait, no, I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get shot.
No, I was talking about Janet.
You and Elon. He just tweeted about that. He was like, if something happens to me, just so you know, I didn't kill myself.
Oh no. Okay, Jessica says I turned out of online politics when I kept getting shit on in con circles because woman bad while they get to LARP my faith while skipping church and refusing to pray. Queens, please name them. Also, Britt, I love you.
Hey,
Jessica, you are a queen, and I completely understand the position you're in. What a queen. Yeah, stay out of online politics. Go find a normal man, get married, do all the things that online politics people will call you degenerate for not doing while they don't do.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good TLDR. And yeah, she's correct.
Yeah, Jessica is a queen.